Today we are leaving Polignano a Mare and Puglia for a little delicious detour to Basilicata. That's a region right next to Puglia. We're going to the ancient city of Matera. We're on our way to Matera, which is actually in the region of Basilicata. So we're stepping out of Puglia, and here's the good news. Totally backroading it the entire way there. So this should be quite the drive. Arriving to Matera, just like every other city so far, traffic limitations everywhere. So there is literally one way in, and when you get into Matera, you cannot park your car for but a few minutes because the police will ticket and tow you.
Build those muscles. Oh my gosh.
Feel like a mule. We parked, ran in, got the valet, and valet is something that you need to schedule with your hotel. So they knew when we were coming, and they also know when to bring the car back for when we need to leave. All right, welcome to Matera, and this is Il Palazzato, Residence and Winery. We are actually staying in a cave, and how cool is that? Let's check in and check this place out. Il Palazzotto is a really cool hotel. It's a residencia and a winery. So when you come to the hotel, this is the place to stay in Matera because it is centrally located and it is definitely worth the money. This hotel, Il Palazzotto, is spectacular. I am literally walking around in not only a cave, but in the former home of animals from hundreds and hundreds of years ago. This is how people lived. They lived in a cavernous area like this. The animals stayed here. The people were behind me where reception is. This is fantastic. And this is probably a place I want to spend more time indoors than outdoors in Matera. Wow. Oh my gosh. Wow. Immediately upon entering this room, the smell, the scent is so fragrant and clean, like linen. It's gorgeous. Look at this.
Have you checked out the bathroom situation?
Oh no.
There is literally no door on the toilet.
Well,
I thought this rotated, but it does not.
so while the accommodations are absolutely unique and certainly modernized, they are gonna be a little similar to probably how things were done in the past. Let's talk about that toilet. So, it's gonna be like this.
Oh my God.
Well, should you get used to this?
Oh my God. And did you notice the shower?
Hi, dear. Oh, wait. And Anna, when you want to get up, just close your eyes and turn your head.
Oh my God.
It's very sexy. So let me tell you guys, this is a honeymoon hotel, and we are not a couple, but we're gonna be tonight.
Oh my God, Lord.
Yep, so we have a beautiful queen bed. We have this beautiful shower. Wait for it. Right by the bed. So Anna, just no peeking. If you're looking for this kind of experience, there are absolutely inexpensive B&Bs that you can go to and stay at, but the reason why I chose this hotel and the reason why I chose to break the budget a bit on this overnight was because I really wanted to feel Matera, and while there probably are less expensive options to do that in a cave, I think this is an extremely elegant and unique place to stay, and I wanted to show you guys. So I'm doing this for you, and maybe a little bit me. Matera is not just referred to as the ancient city, it is the underground city. And people lived in caves here thousands of years ago, and that's exactly what Matera is. It's built up of all of these sassi, which are the caves where people live. This is so cool here at Matera. The streets are loaded with cafes and little restaurants. It's absolutely a place to spend an afternoon, even on a hot day like this. So Matera, in a word, hot. As in super hot, hotter than hot. This place was a scorcher. And when you come to Matera, you've got to load up on water. Bring your water bottle, don't throw it away. And when you find a fountain, fill it up and take a bath.
Fresh from the ancient cistern.
Anna has a very important tip about traveling in Europe when it's like 3,000 degrees and super scorching hot, and that would be
100 proof sunscreen. I am so excited to be in this place. Ancient rock with people who were the cave dwellers.
My little archaeologist, Anna, is running me ragged in Matera. It is hotter than hot. But this ancient city, I mean, would you expect anything less? We have the beautiful ravine and gorge behind me, the incredible stone walls, pavers, and town of Matera over there. This place is absolutely something you have to see, but maybe not in August. And this place was so hot, we were done walking around this morning and we needed a place to sit down for lunch and a spritz. So we're getting the pane Matera, and what is that like, why is the bread so famous? Is it just because it's good?
You try and you tell me why.
All right.
Yeah, I thank you.
I like that, that's awesome. You cannot come to Matera without trying the thing that they are super famous for, which is bread. The pane di Matera. It's this incredible rustic country bread, similar to sourdough, but a little bit more intense. We have all kinds of treats today for lunch. We have Aperol Spritz, which is my favorite, carbonated water, ice, ghiaccio in Italiano, prosciutto crudo, buffalo mozzarella, and of course tomato bruschetta, not bruschetta. But you know what? Either one works. You have the pane di Matera bread, which has been oiled and then grilled with these beautiful cherry tomatoes. And you know it's got to be local, right? The bread really gets a real earthy depth. You know I love to do this. Prosciutto crudo, which is the regular we call prosciutto back home. And I take a little bit of olive oil to give it just a little bit of a bite.
Wow.
It's dry and it's so good. Kiev Cafe was the perfect stop in Matera to get out of the heat and get something to drink. And now it's time to pay the bill, which by the way was not bad. For 26.5 euros, we got Aperol Spritzes, sparkling water, prosciutto, buffalo mozzarella, and bruschetta. Perfect stop. So it's time to pay the bill, and let me just tell you guys, I'm gonna be doing it with my Curve card, and you can have one too. The Curve card basically consolidates all of your credit cards into one card. You can literally load all of the cards that you would ever want to possibly have with you on vacation, load it into the Curve app. It's a super easy process to sign up and validate your credit card with the app. It's awesome. Come on baby, say you love me. Da, 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 da. So when you're in a new city, just get lost. Like Venice. People say all the time, do you have any recommendations for Venice? Yes, get lost. It's honestly one of the best things to do. And Matera is one of those cities because it is, again, a labyrinth, a maze of streets and turns and twists and corners and staircases. And the best thing to do is climb up them, wind in the alleyways, and get lost. So we are now lost somewhere in this really cool piazza corridor. I had all kinds of places to check out here in Matera that I wanted to eat at. And the problem is not gonna happen. Because we're literally wandering around and exploring, I'm not hitting these places, but that's okay because I'm discovering some really cool places, starting with Cifarelli, which is this awesome bakery in the middle of the piazza here in Matera, and you gotta check it out. Pizza rustica.
Inside ham and cheese.
Wow. Can I get a piece of this?
Yes.
Torale, which I love, and the pizza looks so good. That's my kind of piece. That's beautiful. Look at what we are about to enjoy here in Matera from Forna a Legna. Beautiful focaccia, beautiful ham and cheese pizza rustica. Let's do this. This crust is almost like phyllo dough. It's that crackly and crunchy, and the cheese is just starting to solidify. There's ham inside. I know you can't see it, but we are gonna chow into this. You've got the creamy cheese, the salty ham, the crunchy, almost phyllo crust. I have never had a ham and cheese sandwich like this. The Italians certainly know how to take American ham and cheese and make it delicioso. And if you're in for pizza, then you need to have the traditional Matera version of pizza, which is actually pizza focaccia with the black olives, the dried red tomato sauce on top. But a key aspect of pizzas in this region of Basilicata and in Puglia and in the south in Campania and Calabria is that the tomatoes are literally just smeared on. It's fresh tomatoes, tomato paste. It's literally incinerated onto the pizza. That's it. We're actually heading back to our hotel now to check out the wine scene in Basilicata. And Il Palazzotto actually has their own winery with local wines that we're gonna check out. And I'm meeting with Bora, who's actually from Albania, and she is going to give us a little treat. The wine here is fabulous. It is a 2013 Archidiaconata, which I've done my best to pronounce, and it is here a home wine from Il Palazzotto Residence and Winery from the vineyard in Basilicata, and again that's a region here in Italy, and we're going to have this paired with two traditional foods in Basilicata, and that is the tarale, which I love, and then the peperoncino, which is a local specialty again here in Basilicata in Matera, and they are it looks like dried, fried, or roasted. It looks like they're roasted in a little oil, and they're the chili peppers. Ooh, super spicy to the nose. Literally just slightly salty, smoky, peppery. It's really interesting, and yes, I've never had this before. It's really, really good. And we need to talk about the tarale, because these are some of the most delicious tarale I've ever had. Totally homemade. And I want you to see those. I love how unique this tarale is because it actually has whole fennel seeds in it, which is truly unusual. And you can tell it's homemade by looking at how beautiful and airy, dried the inside is. It's not something that popped right out of the bag, but it's something that's gonna pop right into my mouth. After that amazing wine here at Il Palazzotto Residence and Winery, we are going to Osteria al Casale for an incredible antipasto, and of course more wine.
I was running to the ocean, didn't wanna be tied down to nothing.
Finding Osteria al Casale was a little bit harder than we anticipated. So here's a tip. Don't rely on Google when you come to Matera, because this city is literally built up like many cities in Italy. So there are stairs everywhere, there are roads everywhere, and Google doesn't really pick up on the fact that you're on the right road that you need to be on. We actually got a bit twisted on our directions and ended up walking all the way to the top of the mountain, to the top of Matera, running into some folks asking for directions. They didn't know where we needed to go. We ended up coming back down the mountain only to find out that the restaurant was literally 5 steps from our hotel. We made it to Osteria Al Casale, and it is absolutely picture perfect and a beautiful way to spend your evening for antipasti, pizza, wine, you name it. This is the place. It's absolutely beautiful. At Osteria Al Casale, dinner was off to an awesome start with something that I've never had before, and that's a bread ball. So, looks like a meatball. It's not. It's a bread ball. Smells like a meatball. Looks like cornbread.
Oh my god, yeah.
Dinner has arrived and I am so excited. The local sausage, which looks fantastico. 3 sausages skewered over chicory, incredible. Let's put this to the test. It is so good. I need one more bite. Dinner was really delicious here at Osteria Al Casale, and it was a little difficult to find, but it was absolutely worth it. And now we are just quite simply spent. So we are heading back to the room, and we're gonna call this a wrap. All right, Matera is a city you have to check out. Next week, we are on our way to Alberobello. This is the place with the famous Truly, and you are gonna truly wanna see it.